We are absolutely swimming in a sea of information right now. But let's be honest, how much of it is actually real? Today, we're diving into a landmark study that poses a question that's become central to AI safety. Can we even tell the difference between what a human writes and what a machine generates anymore?
Just think about it for a sec. The news you read, the social media posts you scroll through, even the emails sitting in your inbox, AI is everywhere. This creates a kind of digital fog, and being able to tell what's authentic from what's not has become one of the most critical challenges of our time.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to break this down into 4 parts. First, we'll talk about the core problem, the dilemma itself. Then, we'll look at the cool tools people built to solve it. And then comes the twist, how you can break those tools. Finally, and this is the really mind-bending part, we'll explore why there might be a fundamental limit to detection, period. All right, let's jump right into part 1, the detection dilemma. Because the very thing that makes these large language models so incredibly powerful is also what makes them so potentially dangerous. It's a classic double-edged sword.
And this is why it matters so much. We're not just talking about students cheating on essays, though that's part of it. We're talking about the potential for mass-produced fake news, incredibly convincing phishing scams, and just a total breakdown of trust online. This is the why. This is the reason researchers have been racing to build a reliable lock to identify AI-generated content. Which brings us to the locks themselves. Faced with this problem, the AI safety community didn't just sit back. They went to work and developed a whole arsenal of different detectors. Generally, these tools fall into 2 main camps. On one hand, you have active methods, like watermarking. Think of this as embedding a secret, invisible signature into the text while the AI is writing it, kind of like baking it right in. On the other hand, you have passive detectors. These are more like CSI. They analyze a piece of text after the fact, looking for clues or statistical fingerprints that scream, "A robot wrote this." Okay, take a look at this. It's kind of like our map of the battlefield. You've got the language model, you've got the detector, and then you have the adversary, the person trying to fool the system. This paper focuses on 2 major attack paths. See the red path? That's about evasion, taking AI text and disguising it to sneak past the detector. But the blue path, that's for a spoofing attack, which is all about framing a human writer. We've seen the locks. Now it's time to see the lockpicks. And this is where the paper really delivers a reality check, showing us just how fragile these defenses actually are.
First, let's set the stage. Watermarking, in particular, was seen as the gold standard, super robust. I mean, look at this quote. It was getting a true positive rate of nearly 99.8%. It was considered basically an unbreakable lock. But was it, really?
And this chart, this is the moment everything changes. That top blue line, that's our so-called unbreakable detector doing its thing, performing almost perfectly. Now, each line below it is what happens after you run the text through another AI to paraphrase it. Just look at that performance completely crater. It's not just a drop, it's a nosedive, right down to that dotted line, which is basically random guessing. The lock has been shattered. Let me just put that in plain numbers for you because it's staggering. A detection rate that was over 99% falls to less than 10%. This isn't just a small crack in the armor, it's a catastrophic failure. The attack is just devastatingly effective. So you're probably wondering, what's this super sophisticated hack they used? Well, it's surprisingly simple. You just take the watermarked text and ask another AI to rewrite it. You do that a couple of times, and that secret statistical signal just gets washed away. It's simple, it's easy to automate, and as we just saw, it works incredibly well. Okay, but wait a minute. Doesn't this process just turn the text into total garbage? That's a great question, and the researchers checked that too. Turns out, not really. They had people read the paraphrased text, and over 80% of it was still rated as high quality. So the lock is broken, but the message itself gets through just fine. But that's not all. The paper had another trick up its sleeve, the second lockpick, the spoofing attack. And this one is a completely different kind of threat. The goal here isn't to make AI text look human. It's to make human text look like it came from an AI. Look at this orange line. It's completely flipped. The attack is so good that it fools the detector into labeling human writing as AI generated, with almost perfect accuracy. And the real-world implications of this are frankly chilling. Imagine a student getting flagged for cheating by a tool like Turnitin, even though they wrote every single word themselves. Our own safety tools could be turned against us. So these practical attacks are a huge problem. But the paper's final insight is maybe the most profound. It suggests there might be a theoretical, almost mathematical limit to how good any detector could ever possibly be.
Now, to get this, we just need one quick concept. Don't worry, it's pretty straightforward. It's called total variation distance, or TV distance. Just think of it as a difference score between two things, like the statistical style of human writing versus AI writing. A score of 1 means they're completely different. A score of 0 means they're identical. Simple enough, right?
And this chart, well, this is the mic drop of the entire paper. It basically reveals a fundamental law of our new digital world. As AI models get better and better at mimicking human writing, that difference score, the TV distance, gets smaller. And as it shrinks, the best possible performance of any detector, even a perfect hypothetical one, gets closer and closer to 0.5. That's a coin flip. The scary part is, it might not be a matter of just building a better detector. It might be a mathematical impossibility.
And you might think, okay, that's just some abstract theory for the future. But nope, the researchers showed it's already happening. Looking at different versions of the GPT-2 model here, you can see that as the AI got bigger and more advanced, the TV distance to human writing actually went down. Better AI is, by its very nature, harder to detect.
All right, let's pull all this together. What are the big takeaways? First, AI detectors are way more fragile than they look. Second, a simple attack, like paraphrasing, can completely demolish even our best defenses. Third, spoofing attacks are a real danger, risking false accusations against innocent people. And finally, there's this fundamental mathematical ceiling on detection, and that ceiling gets lower every time AI gets better.
This paper really leaves us with a massive and, frankly, kind of scary question. If we can't rely on a technical fix, if perfect detection is basically a mathematical myth, then maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Maybe the question isn't, how do we detect AI? Maybe it's, how on earth do we build trust in a world where that line between human and machine is getting blurrier every single day?
This is for entertainment purposes only.